Today you're going to be doing orders of operation, and we've actually already done this before. So it's going to be a refresher. And so remember, orders of operation, you learned something called PEMDAS. So PEMDAS is PEMDAS. So parentheses, exponent, multiply, divide, add, and subtract from the left to the right. So we're going to be simplifying each expression first. So we're going to be solving this. So we're going to have our PEMDAS. Oops. So we're going to do parentheses first. So we're going to do whatever inside the parentheses. So we're going to do 9 divided by 3. So now you still have 4 times 3 to the second power. And we learned exponents yesterday. So now our P is done. So we're going to move on to exponent. Our exponent is 2. So we're going to do 3 to the second power. So 3 to the second power is the same thing as 3 times 3, which is 9. So now you have 4 times 9. And now we'll move on to multiply and divide. There's only multiplication left. So 4 times 9 is 36. All right. So now we're going to try this one. So PEMDAS. Again, we're going to do whatever inside the parentheses. So you have 8 plus 12 minus 8 is 4. So now you have 4 second power over 2. So move on to our exponent. So we're going to do 4 squared is 4. Oops, sorry, y'all. 4 squared is the same thing as 4 times 4. Why are you not working? Which is 16. It'd be great if I could write it. So now you have 8 plus 16 divided by 2. So we're going to move on to our multiplication and division. So there's only division. So we're going to do 16 divided by 2, which is 8. So now you have 8 plus 8, which is 16. So the answer is 16. All right, so now you try them. Try number 2 and number 3. Pause your video. Try it. So we're going to do number 2. So we're going to do parentheses first. So 3 minus 1 is 2. So now you have 2 to the 4th power plus 3. So 2 to the 4th power is the same thing as 2 times 2 times 2 times 2, which is 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8, times 2 is 16. So 2 to the 4th power is 16. Plus 3 is 19. So now we're going to do number 3. So we're looking inside the parentheses. So inside the parentheses, you have 3 times 2 to the second power. So it means you have to do 2 to the second power first. So you're going to have 24 divided by 3 times 2 to the second power, which is 4. So now you're going to do 3 times 4, which is 12. And then 24 divided by 12 is 2. So now we're going to be doing orders of operations with negative numbers. Okay. So we're going to still follow PEMDAS. So we're going to do what's inside the parentheses first. So we're going to do 3 minus 9. So 3 minus 9 is negative 6 plus negative 2 to the 3rd power. So we're going to do, that's negative 2 to the 2nd power. So now we're going to do our exponent. So we're going to do negative 2 to the 2nd power. It's the same thing as negative 2 times negative 2. Well, negative times a negative is a positive, and 2 times 2 is 4. This equals a positive 4. So now you have negative 4 times negative 6 plus positive 4. Oops, I don't know why I wrote that. Negative 4 times negative 6 is a positive 24 plus 4 is 28. So your answer is 28. Okay, let's try another one. So we're going to do our exponent first. We're going to do negative 3 squared. So negative 3 squared is the same thing as doing negative 3 times negative 3. Negative times negative is a positive, so 3 times 3 is 9, so that's positive 9. So now you have negative 21 plus positive 9 over 3. So we're going to divide. 9 divided by 3 is 3. So negative 21 plus a positive 3. So negative 21 plus a positive 3 is negative 18. Okay, let's try another one. So we're going to do our exponent. And our exponent is to the third power. So it means we're doing negative 2 to the third power. The same thing as negative 2 times negative 2 times negative 2. So negative 2 times a negative 2 is positive 4. So now you're going to do positive 4 times negative 2, which is a negative 8. So negative 2 to the third power is a negative 8. So 6 times negative 8 divided by 3 plus 1. So we're going to multiply and divide, and we're going to multiply first because it's on the left. So 6 times negative 8 is negative 48. Oops, forgot to write that 3. Divide by 3 plus 1. So now we're going to do negative 48 divided by 3. Is 16. But since it's a negative divided by a positive, that's a negative 16 plus positive 1 will be negative 15. Okay, now you try these. So we're going to do the exponent first. So we're going to do 2 squared, which is 4. So negative 7 times negative 4 divided by 14 minus 4. A negative 7 times a negative 4 is a positive 28. Divide by 14 minus 4. So 28 divided by 14 will be 2. Minus 4 is negative 2. All right, so then we're going to do number 5. So we're going to have to solve inside the parentheses first. So negative 3 plus 1 is negative 2. So now you have negative 2 to the third power minus 3. So now we're going to do negative 2 to the third power. And we already figured out negative 2 to the third power is negative 8. So now you have negative 5 times negative 8 minus 3. So negative 5 times negative 8 is a positive 40 minus 3, which is 37. So here's some star questions that you might see. So Leon wrote an expression that's equivalent to 30 plus 6 divided by 12, which expression could be the one that Leon wrote. There's different things that you can do to this. So what I recommend doing is you can actually just solve this and figure out which one gives you the same answer. And then that'll be correct. So we're going to solve it. So 30 plus 6 is 36. Divided by 12 is 3. So whichever one's equal 3 is correct. So this one's 36 divided by 3 is 12 times 4 is 48. And that's not the same. Next one is 3 times 3, which is 9. So now you have 9 times 4 divided by 4 times 3. Let me get some room. This equals 3. So 9 times 4 is 36. Divide by 4 times 3. Same thing up here. We already know that equals 48. So that doesn't work. Now we have 5 times 6. And I believe that's times 2. Or divide by 2. I don't know. It looks like it's add. Sorry guys, I don't know why it's so blurry. I'm going to assume that says add. So we're going to do 5 times 6, which is 30, plus 2 times 3. Divide by 3 times 2 times 2. So 30 plus 2, we're going to do 2 times 3 is 6. So now we have 30 plus 6 divided by 3 times 2 times 2. So now we're going to do 6 divided by 3, which is 2, times 2 times 2. So now we're going to do 2 times 2, which is 4. And then we're going to do 4 times 2, which is 8. So now we have 30 plus 8, which is 38. So it's not correct. So now D is 3 times 3 times 2 times 2 divided by 3 times 2 times 2, which is correct. D is the correct answer. And I'll show you. So 3 times 3 is 9 times 2 times 2. So 9 times 2 is 18 times 2 is 36. So now you have 36 divided by what's inside this parentheses. 3 times 2 is 6 times 2 is 12. So 36 divided by 12 is 3. Okay, and then we're going to leave it out for that. If you have any problems with the homework, let me know.